There you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Music Radio Creative Live. I am Mike Russell, live here from the Isle of Wight in the UK. And as you can probably see, it's just me this week. Isabella is sunning herself in sunny San Diego at a conference there at the moment, while I hold the fort and do the Music Radio Creative live stream this Friday. It's going to be so exciting. I just can't wait to make all of these free jingles. So if you're new to the stream, make sure you get a script in the chat box right now. Wherever you're watching, type a script in and we'll be recording and maybe even producing your jingle during this live stream. It's very, very exciting. I'm so pleased that you decided to tune in and join me. This is going to be a lot of fun. Plus, we'll talk audio. I might do a few sound effects and play with Adobe Audition, and it'll just be good. All right. I feel like a kind of jingle fest.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
Let's do it.
This is Mike Russell from MusicRadioCreative.com.
You know, why not? Welcome along to the Music Radio Creative live stream. So, coming up, I'm going to talk about music that I'm into at the moment, production effects that I'm using right now, and at 1:30, we'll get into producing your jingles. So if you would like your jingles to be produced, drop in a super chat if you're watching over on YouTube, or if you want a free script, just the voice only, drop a jingle anywhere. It can be in Facebook, can be on Twitch, can be on YouTube, Periscope, wherever you are. Send some hearts and stand by for an hour of power right here.
The audio guru is here. He knows Adobe Audition in and out and is here to help you out. Mike Russell.
Okay. Oh, yes. One more. Why not? Why not?
MusicRadioCreative.com.
Feel like I need that today. Just uplifting music, jingles. That's what we're all about here at Music Radio Creative. So I'm going to get into it in just a moment and start producing in Adobe Audition. I'm going to do some production stuff, not your stuff that you're typing into the chat box now for Free Jingle Friday, but just show you some of my own little things that I've been playing with recently. I also wanted to tell you about some music I'm digging at the moment. I was checking out some of the top artists at the moment in the US, seeing as Isabella's gone there. And the most Shazammed artist in the USA right now is an Australian chap called Dean Lewis. And I'm really digging his music. I've never heard of Dean Lewis before until I found him at number 1 on the Shazam chart. And I just wanted to play you a tiny, I don't want to get bashed for copyright, just a tiny snippet of my favourite song from Dean Lewis. There it is. You'll like the vibes. And then let's just hear a little bit of the vocal from Dean. Here we go. Just have a listen to this. See what you think.
It's been 7 minutes now since
Okay, and that's all I'm going to play. That's my favourite song right now, of the moment, ever. 7 Minutes by Dean Lewis. He's from Australia. Reminds me of Ed Sheeran a little bit. And it's really, really cool stuff. So Isabella, I know you're watching, and I know you really like Ed Sheeran. So on the way home from San Diego, download a load of tracks from Dean Lewis, and you will not be disappointed. He's also been featured in Apple's Up Next as well. So I think this is an up-and-coming artist we are going to be hearing more from. Right, here we are in the studio. As you can see, I've got loads of wires down there and lots of stuff happening. It's a crazy setup. I've been playing all day trying to tweak and get this live stream as good as possible, especially as the other week we had all the syncing problems and issues like that. So I think that's all resolved. Let's just do a check. If you could just let me know in the chat by typing sync if everything's in sync. So I'm just going to clap to this camera. Hang on, I'll come over to it and I'll do a clap. Here we go. And we'll do a clap just for good measure into that camera. And I'll do a clap into this camera. And I'll even run round to Isabella's camera and do a clap over there. Let's do that. And if everything is sounding in sync this week, please type sync in the chat. I'm really hoping that I've got this all set up. It's terrible. It really is. Now, I don't know if you noticed, Actually, I've made a little change to Isabella's section of the studio over there. And I just want to see, good to see that so many people are dropping sync in the chat, which is good. I just want to see if anyone who regularly watches this live stream can notice anything different about Isabella's view. There's a very, very subtle difference over there. And who is going to be the first person in the chat to notice what has changed on Isabella's side of the of the desk? Who can spot that? Let's find out who will be the first person to know. Yes, that's right. Isabella was the first person to notice. There's a new microphone there, so I'm testing it out. Well, it is empty, and yes, yeah, Dylan's got it as well. Charles says, you're absolutely right, Charles. It does look very empty, doesn't it? But yeah, Isabella had a microphone. No, the map hasn't shifted. The map's always been there. But let's just move this. There you go. This is the Blue Ember. You see, this is a bit different to my AKG microphone. Sorry, I'm leaning off camera a bit. So I'm testing this out. And actually, sorry, this is really weird, hopping from seat to seat. I think it sounds really good. This is a microphone. I don't even know if it's available via Amazon yet. You can order it directly from Blue. But let's just have a look, because I couldn't find a listing recently for the Blue Ember. No, it doesn't seem to be on Amazon yet, which is really strange because it's a great microphone. And it's in the US. It might be on US Amazon actually, but it's $100, which is simply amazing for a microphone of that build and quality. And I just like the slim form of it. And I noticed that every time Isabella was speaking and I was cutting to her camera, you could see just the tops of her eyes, and you couldn't see any of her face because she was covered up by a huge condenser microphone. So I thought, Isabella, that when you get back next week, you will have a little surprise for you, and you'll be able to test out that Blue Ember microphone, see how you like it. I know you complained about the mic getting in front of you and in your way and everything, and it's very awkward. So hopefully that will make things better. But anyone who's thinking about doing a YouTube Live, a stream, even a podcast, I think for $100 you cannot go wrong with a mic like that. And I'm not being paid to say this, by the way. This is not a paid product placement. I would tell you if it was. I just simply have tested it out, done a review on my channel recently, and I thought, you know what? This is actually a really decent mic. I'm going to stick it in the mic boom over there and see how it goes next week. So anyway, welcome to the show. I've already done that, haven't I?
Music Radio Creative Dum Dum Dum.
We've already done that. So, who is new to the live stream? I'm really curious who's new to the live stream. Type new in the chat right now if you've never watched a live stream from Music Radio Creative before, or maybe you've never seen myself or Isabella before. And for those that are new, I can tell you more about it. Oh, SEA Farms is telling me that it is available on Amazon US. I'm just going to take a look and see. I think it's around $100. Blue Ember. So maybe they need to get it spun up in the UK. But yeah, I can see $99.99, 16 left in stock. Whoa, awesome. Yeah, really cool. So and that's a new mic, by the way. That's a brand new microphone. It's just been released this year, so brand new, hot off the presses, as it were. Cool. Good to see some new viewers to the show. Welcome along, Juan. We've got Juan Perez there. We've got SEA Fams. We've got Malam Say. We've got Danielle. We've got Motor Freak. We've got Jason. We've got YNE Services. The Allies podcast. Sorry if I'm not calling everyone out. Lawrence, I know you're in San Diego as well right now. Chris was new last week. We got Radovan. Thunder Radio, wow. David, Amos as well. That's so cool. Type in the chat where you're watching from as well, and I'll give a shout out to a few of those. So if you're new to this live stream, we talk about audio. We geek out about audio for about an hour. And then at 1:30, so in around 20 minutes, I start producing your jingles and voicing them for you. So if you'd like a free voiceover script, just type it into the chat wherever you're watching, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, wherever, and I will do my best to get through as many free scripts as I can at 1:30, okay? And anyone who drops a super chat, for those of you not watching on YouTube, a super chat is where in the chat on YouTube, there's a little $sign at the bottom, usually next to the emoticon sign. You click that, you make a donation to the stream to help support this, to keep the lights on, all of that good stuff, and then I produce you your script. And Dominic is helping in the chat right now. He's collating all your scripts, getting them into a spreadsheet, and I'll be producing them up at past. So past is the hard cutoff. No more scripts after past. Get them in now. Type in your scripts, get them going, and I'll be producing them very, very soon indeed. Who've we got watching and from where? Let's see. We've got Nicholas in Australia, Jason in Maine, South Africa. We've got Northamptonshire, Canada's in the house, South Carolina, USA, Billericay in Essex, Airdrie, Scotland, Croatia, Sweden, Portsmouth, just across the water from me here, New South Wales in Australia, St. Martin, amazing stuff. That's really, really cool. On Facebook, we've got Belgium, Australia in the house. Really, really good stuff. That's so nice to see. Willie D's in Switzerland. Nice to see you as well. It's fantastic. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, I've been working away. Let me get on my screen. Let's go here and look at the YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel here, why are you not? If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe now. And if you're watching on Facebook or elsewhere, it's youtube.com/musicradiocreative. So these are some of the latest videos that I've been producing this week. Going back to audio, because a lot of you have been asking for audio. I've done a lot of audio gear reviews and stuff like that. But a lot of you have been asking to go back and explore audio on here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also doing stuff in Premiere. Some video creators interested in getting the lowdown on how to make their audio for video sound great. So I've been covering that. But most recently, I've actually been running comparisons on some of the tools inside Audition, like compressors and EQs. There are so many different audio compressors and EQs to enhance the sound of your audio. Often it's really difficult to know what to use. So I'm trying to give you some ideas of how and when to use things. Also a little tip for cutting editing time in half. And recently watched the Lego Movie 2. Heads up, because coming next week, coming on Monday, I've got a video that will tell you how to make the voice of Sweet Mayhem out of the Lego Movie 2. It'll take about 3 minutes. It's a 3-minute video, really cool like voice effect, and I'll be showing you that. But just to show you here in Audition, if I record a little voice, let's try and do that. Hello there, this is Mike giving you some examples. So the basic premise of looking at different effects is, as a first timer often to Adobe Audition, it can be really, really daunting. You get in here and you look and you go to amplitude and compression and you see that these are all compressors here. And you're like, my goodness, there are like, you know, at least 10 different compressors. What do I use? And it can be really overwhelming for a first time Adobe Audition user to know which compressor to use, why you should use it. And really what I find with, let's start with compressors. I often find with compressors, you just find your favorite, the one that works for you, and you stick with it. Over the years, over the decades, I have used Adobe Audition.
I am an audio geek.
I have found, I'm an audio geek, yes. I have actually found that I have switched my favorite compressor through the years, and that's okay. If you find something that works better for you, why not? It's the same with EQ. I used to do things like 10 years ago totally differently to the way I do things now in Adobe Audition. And that's okay, because I was just thinking about this the other day. I was trying to be mindful. I'm reading lots of books about meditation at the moment. Still haven't cracked it with meditation. It's a work in progress. What did I pick up recently? Stress Less, Accomplish More. Good friend of mine recommended that book to me, so I've started that one. That's about meditation and the mind illuminated. I'm working on that. I don't think I'm hitting my target in meditation. So it's kind of like going into meditation and mindfulness and looking at your past self and thinking, wow, you know, I'm in my late 30s now. Even when I was in my mid to late 20s, I was a totally different person. And this is going somewhere, by the way, with Adobe Audition. And I was thinking, you know, I probably wouldn't have been great friends with my 20-year-old or my 18-year-old self, being where I am now in life. So it's just the same with, you know, what you do as an audio producer. Don't worry, because what you're using now, in 10 years, you'll likely have been around the block a little bit more and found better ways. Or you can just watch videos on YouTube and find the best ways. So just to be really embarrassing here, I now use the parametric equalizer like most of the time to do my EQ on voice, But when I first started in Audition and Cool Edit Pro, I was using the 20 band EQ, this one here. In fact, if you go back to one of the first videos on my YouTube channel, you'll notice there's a video there, how to make your voice sound better. And I give you a technique that is still applicable today, ENCN, equalize, normalize, compress, normalize. And the EQ I used was this very embarrassing 20 band EQ. Which, okay, it's not the worst thing in the world, and I just notched up the high ends. I said, yeah, give your voice a bit of gliss. And if you add the highs, of course it's going to make your voice crisper and clearer and doing stuff like that. That's fine. But now I would never touch the graphic EQ. Not to say it's a bad thing, there are some use cases for it. But for me, now I just find that parametric equalizer is so much better. So imagine if I put them side by side, and I have been doing this in videos on my channel, and I will do more videos like this if you want to see them. If I put the parametric equalizer next to, let's go back into the graphic equalizer, okay? I can only have one at a time. Oh, because I'm going through the effects menu. Silly me. Let's go in here. So if we go into filter and EQ, parametric, and let's go to filter and EQ, graphic. Okay, there we go. So back to default. If I boost up, say, around 8K, okay, by 10 dB, yeah? I have no choice as to what the range is, so what that curve looks like. And here, if I go to 0.4 and I change the hertz to 8,000, the same, okay? So that's now the same on that piece of EQ, all right? So I'm boosting up. I'm probably getting a curve like that by boosting up that band there, all right? And then the next band I can boost is 5.6, so 5,600, yeah? 5,600. Boom, that band. Yeah, so I can't go anywhere in between those bands, whereas parametric EQ lets me just sweep around and go to anywhere I want, which is why I really like it. Plus, if I decide that this is too broad an EQ increase, okay, let's listen to what it's doing. Let's switch off the graphic equalizer, just use parametric for the moment. And play back. Hello there, this is Mike. Okay, let's turn it right up. Hello there, this is Mike. You should hear it getting crisper and clearer, right? Hello there, this is Mike. Now, with a graphic equalizer, that's as far as I can go. Boost, sounds crisper, job done. But with parametric, I can do so much more because I can change the cue width, and I'm doing this all the time. So if I move this right down, look, it goes until it's like a flat line, but you can do stuff like that. You can do a massively broad boost. So you can say, take me up from the mid-range right to the highs and drop off, above human hearing range. Hello there. Whoa, that hurts my ears though. But you could do that if you wanted. Likewise, you can also notch this right down. I usually like to take the cue width up to 16. And you get a little notch and you can, hello there, this is Mike. It's kind of like that. Hello there, this is Mike. So there's things like that you can do, and then you can like notch out frequencies, things like that. Plus, with the parametric, you've got high pass filters. You can't do that in graphic band EQ, things like that. Let's talk about compression a bit more. This is a little more in depth than the videos I do on my channel. They tend to be 3 or 4 minutes. It's like, here's this, here's that. That's why I use this. That's why I use this. But on the live stream, obviously, and as Isabella's not here with her eyes glazing over, talking about different compressors. But, Isabella loves audio, but I think the buck stops really at comparing audio compressors. I know you'll like it though. That's why you're watching this stream. So let's go into effects and let's talk a bit about compression. I'm not going to demonstrate. I will demonstrate what compression does, and I'll show you my favorite compressor right now. So again, over the years, 10 years ago, I'd have been all about the dynamics processor, like move this, notch this up, let's make this, a ratio of 3:1. Hang on, let's move this somewhere up over here. So yeah, nearly 4:1 ratio, threshold above -20. That is going to do a nice bit of compression. Look at the, whoa. It's just boosted it up. So into settings, and we will take the output gain down like this. There you go. It's kind of doing its job. Yeah. Hello there. This is Mike. That's compression. Hello there. This and without compression. Okay. So dynamics processing was what I was using. By the way, just before I go any further and compare compressors, it's time for a little musical interlude. just to let you know, you've got, well, just over 10 minutes left to get your scripts in for free Jingle Friday. I am going to be voicing and even producing the Super Chats very, very shortly. 10 minutes time, I will get down to some serious voiceover production. So free Jingle Friday is your opportunity to get jingles voiced by myself and even produced. If you drop a Super Chat, you can do that on YouTube. Hit the $sign. Get your script in, and Dominic will collate it into a lovely spreadsheet. I will be mixing them up soon. So this is your 10-minute warning. 10 minutes to go, and I'm doing some production. In the meantime, we'll get back to Adobe Audition. Keep the chat coming in, by the way. Isabella's looking, Dominic's looking at your chat, and we're just having a blast here on this lovely Free Jingle Friday. Yeah. Wow. By the way, happy spring. Well, at least those of you watching in the Northern Hemisphere. Yes, it was the Spring Equinox on the 20th, I believe, 20th of March here. It was also a full moon. It's like really, really strange. I don't think we're going to see something like that again, from what I understand, until about like 2030 or something like that. So full moon, Spring Equinox. Wanted to take the kids out of school and go to Stonehenge, but Isabella Russell would never let me do that. They can't miss a day of school to go to Stonehenge on the Spring Equinox. What are you talking about? So let's go back and talk about compressors now for the last 9 minutes. And so yeah, I was showing you the one I was using 10 years ago, but again, it's moved over the years. For a long time, I was digging the single band compressor just because it's so simple. Like anyone who uses Adobe Audition for the first time and needs a basic compressor without any knobs and dials and things to confuse you, single band is the one I recommend. Then of course we got multi-band, which I rarely use, but it's great for amping stuff up and making it sound good. I was just talking to one of our voice artists actually earlier today, Darren. He's a fantastic character impersonator. He's available on the musicradiocreative.com site to order. And he's just making up a new show reel. I said, I use broadcast preset in the multiband compressor. And wow. Hello there. This is Mike. And that's me with broadcast on. Hello there. That's without. So it does sound like it's going out on an FM radio station. So that's good for that. But my favorite compressor right now, what did I say? Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, well, it's kind of like, I really like tube modeled, but again, that's for a certain use case. It's kind of got that warm vintage sound. But my favorite compressor, just because of the visual aspect, is in Dynamics. You need to go back to the default and only tick compressor. This is so good because I can set the threshold, -20 again. Let's push the ratio up to 3. Attack 1, release 50. Makeup gain, yeah, go on, let's give it a boost of 5 dB. I like the visual look of this. So if you watch the compressor here, I'm just going to put it next to my head, especially if you watch there, that dial with the red thing in. See up there? See it? Over there? Yeah, that thing. That's going to start moving as it compresses. Hello there, this is Mike giving you some examples. You only want it to go lightly, like, you know, if you set it really harsh, yeah, low threshold, high ratio. Hello there, this is Mike. You don't want your compressor to be doing that. That's too much compression. You have to put on a ton of makeup gain, and we get what we call the sausage factory result, and everything else gets drawn up, like the background noise, the breaths. That's the compression breath. All of that kind of stuff. You know you've compressed too much if your breath sounds like a robot. So I can see that a lot of scripts are coming in right now, which is fantastic. Like I say, you have got just a few more minutes to get your scripts in for free Jingle Friday, particularly those super chat scripts. Always love to do super chats. You can make a donation to the show really easily inside YouTube if you're watching live on YouTube. Hit the $ button and then go ahead, drop a donation, and I'll make sure to produce you a jingle on this live stream before the top of the hour.
Audio production and more. This is Mike Russell on musicradiocreative.com.
And actually loads of good scripts coming in today. Like, I'm really impressed with the quality of your scripts. And I always love doing Free Jingle Friday, especially with Isabella. I'm missing Isabella this week. She is back next week with her lovely, have a look over there, her lovely Blue Ember microphone sitting over there in the corner. What I really like to see is the kind of scripts that you're dropping in, because you often drop in some really good stuff, and it kind of gets my creative juices going, because I think, that's an amazing script. That's really cool. That looks good. So yeah, it's just a great like mash of creativity. I feel this is like a hive, a combination of really good creativity and really good stuff. So thank you very much for dropping in the scripts, and do keep them coming. Oh, Isabella says in the chat, I can see you there. Miss you too. Isabella is actually in San Diego right now. She's at Social Media Marketing World, having a good time. It's it's a good conference. Lots of social media stuff going on out there. And very much looking forward to Isabella getting back here to the UK, and then we'll get back to it, as it were. So 5 minutes left. Let's hop back here. What else can I show you that is really interesting today? So obviously I've taken you through the YouTube channel, what's going on there. So lots of new Audition tutorials coming out. Watch out for them, because there's going to be a lot more. A lot of you have been asking me for more Adobe Audition stuff, so that's coming. Also, as you can see, a lot of Premiere Pro logos. I'm specifically focusing on audio in Premiere. Plus, I've done some retro stuff like Dr. Spade, so converting cassettes to MP3. I've recently been doing that with a Technics cassette deck. Really good stuff. And a bit in Audacity as well, occasionally, when the muse takes me. Other stuff worth to mention before I get into producing: all of the sound effects I'll use today are available for you to purchase at mrc.fm/sfx. Takes you to a page here where you can demo all of our library and then choose the libraries you'd like. So stuff like this, and stuff like this, and stuff like this, stuff like this, and stuff like this. It's all available at mrc.fm/SFX. mrc.fm/SFX. All the sound effects you're ever going to need. We've got gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes. Or I guess if you're watching and you're a fan of Back to the Future, we've got gigabytes of sound effects. And if you want to know the stuff that I'm using, I'm going to load it up in a second to actually produce your jingles today. I have Adobe Audition presets, again available at mrc.fm/presets. If you go there, you can download the presets. I use the original Adobe Audition presets version 2.0. I'll just load it up now, and it just makes it much easier and much faster for me to produce great jingles for you, because everything's preloaded. Let's do this. FJF. Where are we now? 2019. What date is it today? 03/22. So yeah, we've passed the spring equinox here in the Northern Hemisphere. So there it is. And actually, it's just reminded me to go and check out the Free Jingle Friday directory, because we have a place where we upload all of the free jingles. So, by the way, 3 minutes left to get your free jingle script or your super chat in. So that's all coming very, very soon indeed. I'm just going to actually archive from last week. Where are we now? The 22nd. So I think last stream was on the 15th, wasn't it? So 2019 0315. Let's move everything out of the folder. So if you want to go and download your jingle as soon as I've produced and uploaded, you can go to mrc.fm/FJF. And I'm producing here in my presets. So like I was saying, I've got a voice process track, a voice clean track. So the process adds a lot of EQ and compression on. Clean is just a clean track, so you can hear the clean feed if you need. And then we got loads of vocal effects. So that's what makes it really easy for me to produce for you very, very fast indeed. Then we got 2 music tracks with green lines there to add some reverb ending if you want to cut the music off early. 4 sound effects tracks, and then a master track here with an effects rack. We've got a bit of mastering, and of course, who could miss out the hard limiting to make things sound good? So we're going to get in here. I'm actually going to enable this for recording this track. And there is my microphone, which is fantastic. And hang on a second. Wait for it. Do I hear the sonic logo of MRC? Yes, I do. Which means you have 1 minute left to get your free jingle scripts in. I'm going to be voicing them live and even producing if you drop a super chat in within the next 50 seconds. Super chat right now, hit the $sign, make a donation, drop in your script, and Dominic will get it in under the last minute for you to have a wonderful produced jingle. It's going to be so exciting. So very excited about doing these produced jingles today, and we're going to get into it in just a moment. In fact, another super chat coming in. Thank you for dropping the super chats. They do help to support the live stream. Set myself up to record. There I am. I am ready. I am good to go. I'm going to go through. I'm going to prioritize the super chats, and then I'll get in all the other free jingles that are coming in across the live stream wherever you're watching. It's great to have you here, and time is just about up. There we go. That's it. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, John from Crunchy FM. Looks like you are the last one, my friend, with a wonderful script in there ready to go. Well done, John. You did just make it indeed. Right. Oh, my goodness. Right. So many cool scripts. So I'm just going to hit the record button. I'm going to start out with those super chats, and then I'm going to get into doing the rest of the free jingles. So let's hop in. And let's voice all of your jingles for you right now. And then you may want to watch and keep watching so that you can see how I actually produce the jingles that I record. Here we go. Thank you for filtering the spreadsheet, whoever did that. I think that was Isabella. You're on it. You're really on it. Super chats. Broadcasting live from a tiny little studio in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, where you'll never know what we'll play next. Australia's Crunchy FM. Are you straight? Have you ever thought about trying something different? How about just being a little crinkled? You may like it. Crinkles, now available at the bar. Give them a try. You will never go back to being straight. You lived it. You still love it. Classic Hits 109. You are now live in the mix with DJ GT Music. The Blend Beast from the East, DJ Eddie F. Your host this evening is DJ Rasco. The hottest country, the biggest names, the sounds of Music City with Stuart on Nashville Connections. Retro 94Z. Just in case. Retro 94Z. I think it's Z though. The best audio lessons are at Music Radio Creative University. Thanks for that, Michael. Crunchy FM. We play more music than stations that play less music. Commercial free. Crunchy FM. You'll never know what we'll play next. That's your super chats. Thank you very much for them. Really appreciate those. You are the backbone of this live stream. You help to keep the lights on, the servers whirring. You basically support this live stream. So thank you very much if you have dropped a super chat in. I'm going to go ahead now and save that dry session into the free Jingle Friday directory so that you super chatters can go ahead and grab the voices straight away if you want to go mess with them yourself. Saving now. Okay, cool. That's done. And then thank you very much, my wonderful producer there, Isabella or Dominic, filtering the sheet now with everything else that's free. I'm going to do my best, if I can, to get through every single free jingle. Should be pretty straightforward. There are quite a few scripts, but I'm going to do my best. So let me hit record, and these are the free scripts coming up now. That One Radio. You're listening to DJ Tez and the Tez Mess. DJ Keisha in the mix. Never mind the queue to the cloakroom. Get back on the dance floor for one more banger. That's Isabella. She's not there. Welcome to Nev Gerojanto, the podcast you never knew you need to hear. You're listening to the Farmers Market Podcast. We keep it fresh. We keep it local. Check out scafarms.com, home of the Farmers Market Podcast. Thank you for these. By the way, this is not our professional voiceover studio. This is our live stream studio. There's a tiny bit of reverberation, although I kind of get rid of that with the DBX286S I have. But if you ever order my voice from musicradiocreative.com, I will do it for you on a Neumann TLM 103 in our sound-treated room. Right, okay, back to the scripts. More music memories on Radio Southsea Oldies. Dexter Santor of DTS Media. AM DJ Shine. Am DJ Shine. Your number one source for local music. Hear it here first. Non-stop 60s and 70s with Barry on Jubilee Hospital Radio. Oh, this one's cool. Welcome to the Zumbathon. For the Dempsey Center, we are going on an epic musical and dance exploration. Let's do that again. Welcome to the Zumbathon. For the Dempsey Center, we are going on an epic musical and dance exploration. So join us for the next 2.5 hours. It begins now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Billericay Town, pre-match. Billericay Town, pre-match. Nottingham's hottest youth station. This is YMCA Digital, playing the biggest hits across the UK. Oh my, they are mad. You're listening to Dan and Han on Uig Radio in Groningen. Oh my goodness me, how do you say that? Uig Radio, Groningen. Okay. Oh my, they are mad. You're listening to Dan and Han on Uig Radio in Groningen. Who Radio with Stevie J. Welcome to the one and only, the up-becoming podcast, where it's not about my way, it's about the highway. We want to break the chains of the mediocre and discover together how we can up-become. Millennium Radio, the voice of development. You're listening to Club Classics and You're listening to Club Classics and Dance Anthems on Daventry Radio. A lot of UK ones I'm noticing today. That's nice. 1 hour in music, presented by Max Trincieri. Okay. 1 hour in music, presented by Max Trincieri and Fabio Mason. One call solves it all. Frank Zappala. Well, I thought that said Frank Zappa for a moment. DJ Leon live on stage in the Valley Gardens all summer. The music, Langney Appy? Okay. The music Langney Appy starts now. Audio Pro Sound Company, where we drive your hits. The Sunday Roast on Triple U FM, Sprouts and all. Everything new you need to know about. This is new for EA. Another 2 hours live on County Links Radio. Real, rural radio. The only community radio station you need. Thank you for listening to this episode. Kindly drop your comments and reviews. Now back to the greatest music on earth with Randy Sting on Jukin Oldies Internet Radio. This is Sky Radio, 93.8 FM. We invest in youth empowerment. Groom Youth Leadership This is Sky Radio, 93.8 FM. We invest in youth empowerment. Groom youth leadership, protect the future, and save Malawi. Sky Radio. Leaders today. Charlie Productions. The 80s Show, live tonight with Retro Rob. That One Radio. Hit Parade, Tuesdays on Mix FM, playing hits from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. You are listening to Lens Vibes with Swansky Kin. And again, you are listening to Lens Vibes with Swansky Kin. Non-stop show. Duckville Radio, bringing the heat. Okie dokie, that's all done. Let's normalize that and get it saved out so that you free jingle people, you lovely free jingle folks, can get this. I'm going to save it as Mike VO's. Hang on. I'm going to save it as Mike VO's in the Free Jingle Friday directory. If you want to grab your voice session now, whether you super chatted or popped a free jingle in, just go to mrc.fm/FJF. mrc.fm/FJF and go ahead, grab your jingle right now. Dominic or Isabella will post the link for you if you'd like to click through. Now I'm going to head back to my Adobe Audition presets, and this, if you're wondering how I'm about to zip through these jingles and produce them really, really fast, I am using my own presets that I designed myself. mrc.fm/presets. They are going to enable me to whiz through this session. I just want to stress, by the way, this is not the speed I would usually produce audio for a client who were to come to does that make sense? To musicradiocreative.com. I would spend much longer. But for sake of squeezing them all into 20 minutes, I whiz through, and my Adobe Audition presets enable you to do that. In fact, I think it was just Louis Riviera, who I know is in the chat today, a couple of weeks back, sent a message, something along the lines of, what usually would have taken 5 hours took about, a fifth of that, about an hour or less to produce. But the radio station boss was none the wiser. Which we like, right? That's what we like. Okay, let's make a few cuts here and we'll get things all stitched together nicely. So it will be a good job, I guarantee you. I hope so. But the question is, do we say
4Z?
Do we say
Z?
Do we say
Z?
Or do we say
Z?
Do we say who votes for
Z?
And who votes for
Z?
Or what we could do is we could simply do like a little mix when we get to this one and give the option. Hang on, I'm going to need to do some time.
Retro 94Z.
Hang on, let's time stretch that.
Retro 94Z.
94.
Retro 94Z.
Z.
Retro 94Z.
I think it's Z.
Z.
I'm going to go for Z because it's more international, isn't it, to say Z? Like, yes, that's right, like Z100. I can't sing. Z100. Could you imagine if it was Z100? Imagine if they hired a British DJ. I'd love a gig, by the way. If anyone's watching from Z100, sorry, no, I better not say that, otherwise I'll never get a gig there. Anyone's watching from Z100, I'd love to do a show there. And for the whole 3 hours, I'll call it Z100. New York's #1 hit music station, Z100. Yeah? Probably not. I've just scuppered all my chances of ever working there now. That's how I say it anyway, but never mind. Let's get rid of that. And let's start producing. Oh, one more cut to make at the end. And we'll shift this all along and we'll see if we can get this all done before the top of the hour so you can go home and have your weekend a happy bunny, a happy camper, right? Because you've super chatted, so there we go. Oh, drones. Yeah, I'm feeling in a droney mood today. Droney. Not to say that that's something negative. Drones can be quite good. Let's use that one. Let's go here. I like this actually. I could do this for hours. Yeah.
Broadcasting live from...
Yeah, let's do some weird thing here. Let's do a weird thing. So we'll go e a o e. This is going to really freak you out.
Broadcast.
Hang on, there's too many there.
Broadcasting.
Yeah, something like that. Right. Parallel fades. Hold down the Alt or Option key. Ooh. There we go. Charming. And again. And again. Just to cut off the clippiness. If you don't do that, you often get clippiness on stutters, which I don't like. So let's do that.
Broadcasting live from a tiny little studio in Melbourne,
Melbourne.
Victoria.
Let's cut there. Cut there.
In Melbourne, Victoria, Australia.
Victoria. Let's double Australia somehow, like that.
Australia.
Whoa, no, don't want that.
Australia. Australia. Where you'll never know.
Right, I'm just going to drop a ton more drones in because I'm really, really loving the vibe of the drones today. Hold down Option, stick them all on the same track. And again, Option, all on the same track. That helps me get started. Now I can go into a more kind of glitchy place. I'm liking drones and rewinds today. So let's go for something like that. All of these sound effects, by the way, I know if you regularly watch, I sound like a broken record, but I say that for new people who are watching, and I always get asked the question, where do you get your sound effects from? So it's mrc.fm/SFX, okay?
Where you'll never know.
And that's where you can get sound effects to do your own production like I'm doing now.
Australia.
Like what I do.
Australia. Where you'll never know what we'll play next.
Oh, that needs to be mysterious, doesn't it? That needs to be mysterious. And I'm actually going to do something here. So just because you're using presets doesn't mean you need to use what's in the preset. I'm actually going to use the flanger and change it a bit.
Where you'll never know what we'll play next.
No, that's horrible.
Where you'll never know what we'll play next.
Oh, that's so cool. Just reducing the initial delay time. That makes it
where you'll never know what we'll play next.
Really hollow and stereo. Just going to take the first bit of that scratch and I'll save the rest for later. Someone else will get the rest of that scratch. And then let's bring this back in.
Play next.
Australia. Try again.
Play next.
Australia's. No, Australia's.
Play next. Australia's. Crunchy FM.
And because it's called Crunchy FM, let's just make a cut. Come on, play the game. You know, sometimes like you use something every day, but just like one day, it just really just gets you, right?
Australia's Crunchy FM.
Something like that anyway. Hope you're happy with that. By the way, Isabella or Dominic, if you're inside the spreadsheet, I could do with filtering back to super chats, please. Be really nice. I don't get to see the chats that much because I focus on doing the production, but occasionally I will glance over. I've just seen Morris Williams has said, this is real interesting watching this being made. Wish I could do the technical stuff. Well, you can. That's the thing. You can. It's really, really easy to get started. Obviously, if you go to Adobe's website, they have loads of tutorials there. There's actually tutorials inside Audition, under Audition Learn. And of course, if you're on my YouTube channel now, undoubtedly, you can just work your way through some of the stuff on that too.
Are you straight? Have you ever thought about trying?
Oh, right. Okay. So we're going to use that little one later because that's going to make a nice little transition.
Have you ever thought about trying some? Have you ever thought about trying something different?
We might go different with an echo.
Different.
And then we're going to go down here.
Different. How about just being a little crinkled? You may like it. Crinkles. Now.
And then that's where we're going to use the little thing here, and we're going to go to the voice chorus. We're going to throw you in here just to mix it up a bit, and it's going to...
Crinkle.
Oh, hang on, no, too early.
Crinkles. Now available at the bar. Give them a try. You will never go back to being straight.
Hang on. So we're going to need that over here.
Crinkles, now available.
Oh, too early.
Crinkles, now available at the bar.
We're going to just move this around for dramatic effect. Over here, here, and here.
A try.
You will never go back to being straight.
Okay, maybe. Maybe that could work.
A try. You will never go back.
Is that a bit too silly?
A try.
You will never go back to being
Or maybe like that.
You will never go back
to being straight.
Then let's pan it left and right. Zip, zip, zip.
Being straight.
Nice. Okay, and that's the hard cut there. Boom. Okay. Hang on, let's do a double fade. There, double fade. And that's good. Okay, we've still got loads more to do, so let's crack through these. This one's quite a bit shorter. I'm going to save that effect for the Z or Z station. Let's bring this one in over here. See what we can do. Okay. Let's bring this in. Ta-da! Okay, let's watch.
You lived it.
Oh, that's a really nice intro. I love the intro on that sound effect. Really cool.
You lived it. You still love it.
No, not like that.
You lived it. You still love it.
And then we're going to need a...
You still love it.
And then we're going to bring this over here, and this over here, and this over here.
Classic Hits 109.
Oh, I've got a really cool idea on this. So let's just... Zip, deeper.
Classic Hits 109. Classic Hits 109.
Too late. We need to... Oh, no, actually, no. Maybe we can do something with that. Let's see if I've got a boom. I need a boom. Sonic boom. Real good boom. That could work. Let's try it.
It's 109.
Nah, it's not going to work. Hang on. I really need... Oh, this one I think will work. This is what I'm looking for. So we're going to put that in there. Like this.
It's 109.
No.
It's 109.
We need to really get this bang on, otherwise it's not going to sound good.
It's 109.
Hang on, let's solo the sound effect. Right, so it starts there. We want to get the boom on the one.
It's 10. It's 109.
And then I'll show you a little trick. What you do is you just grab the boom, this bit, so solo again. And then we'll put a fade on the start of that, bring that in there. And this is why I have 4 sound effects tracks. And then put that over there. Take it off solo, something like this.
109. 109.
You can see what I'm shooting for. I'm not quite there.
109.
There you go. So that's how they do it on radio stations where they do the call letters or the frequency, and they're like 109 with a boom, boom, boom like that. You just take a nice boom sound and then you triple or quadruple it up, and then you get something like this.
You lived it. You still love it. Classic Hits 109.
Yeah, something like that. And if you want to be fancy pants, but I'm not going to do this, you can like reverse reverb the boom as well. So it's like boom, 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 like that. So you can really drop a boom.
You lived it. You still love it. Classic Hits 109.
Although I still feel that's a little bit off. Maybe the first one's a bit off. Let's just...
109.
It's a bit of trial and improvement here.
109. 109.
That's a bit better.
109.
That's how we roll. Okay, let's go into this bit and let's do this here. Stutter Dance is the name of the sound effect.
You are now live in the mix with DJ
This is going down here.
Mix with DJ GT Music.
In the mix.
With D.
Where's in the mix?
In the mix. The mix. In the mix.
Let's grab the D of DJ because D is a very hard vocal sound, so this might actually work. Let's try it and see. Going again Often use the sound effects as the template of the kind of effect you want to generate. That's what I'm doing my best to achieve.
You are now live in the mix with...
Okay. We're going to need to do something there if we want it to sound good. Or relevant. Otherwise, it just sounds like I'm going for no reason. So... I'm going to go da-da-da-da-da, or something like that. Let's see if this works and how well this works. This might make it more relevant.
You are...
Hang on, that's getting there. There's something weird and funky happening though. Oh, I messed it up. Let's try that.
You are now live in the mix with DJ GT Music.
There we go. Okay. Next. This down here. Those of you asking about the presets, definitely go to mrc.fm/presets. This is the preset template. You can access yourself there. It allows me to work fast.
The Blend Beast from the East, DJ Eddie.
Okay, we need a few little alterations here. Holding down shift and moving. Shift and moving.
The Blend Beast from the East, DJ.
Let's overlay a little bit. Let's bring that up there.
East, DJ.
No.
East, DJ Eddie F.
And this is a kind of rising sweep, so let's make it end at the end. Crossfade.
The Blend Beast from the East, DJ Eddie F.
There we go. Ooh, a little bit of white noise at the end. Let's fade that off. There we go. Next one. Let's bring this in here. musicradiocreative.com.
musicradiocreative.com.
That's the one.
Your host this evening is DJ Rasco.
That fits quite nicely.
Your host this evening is DJ Rasco.
Okay, we're just going to do a little thing here using the voice deeper.
This evening is DJ Rasco.
It needs to be quieter. Turn you down.
DJ Rasco.
Whoa. Let's move that along a bit. Let's try that.
Rasco.
There we go. So we get that kind of double intonation, so to speak. Okay, that's good. Next, over here, and we'll take this one in here. Bring that in like that. Put that there.
The hottest country.
Oh, country. Can do country. Let's have a look. Got country sound effects. We have in one of our other libraries got country music sound effects. Haven't got it synced though. That's the only thing. I don't want my Google Drive to throw a fit if I try and sync something. Let's have a look. Volume 3. I'm sure we've got country music little twangs. Which volume are they in? Country effects. Music Radio Creative Sound Effects Volume 4. Nice. Okay, let's throw that in.
The hottest country. The hottest country. The biggest. The hottest country. The biggest name.
Oh, that's clean.
The hottest country. Names.
Let's sort of duplicate this up a little bit.
The sounds of Music City. With Stuart. On Nashville Connections.
fade off at the end and bring that up there.
Stuart on Nashville Connections. Stuart on Nashville Connections.
Okay, now we get my favourite Z, and we're nearly at the end here, guys and girls. Just going to throw that over there. Pop this over here.
Retro 94 Z. Retro.
Pop this in here. Do that. And that.
Retro 94Z.
That's got to be flanged. There's no way I can't flange that. Let's bring that down there.
Retro 94Z. Retro 94Z.
Let's just do a little echo on the Z.
4Z. Retro 94Z.
Penultimate. We're bang on the hour now, so going to be finishing up soon.
The best audio lessons are at Music Radio Creative University.
Little chop there. Thank you, Michael. You're a constant supporter of the show. Really appreciate it.
Of University.
Oh, and we'll do a little at the end, which would be nice.
University.
There you go. That's a bit weird, isn't it?
University.
It's glitchy. I quite like it. And then we'll throw this stutter bang in at the end here.
Crunchy FM. We play more music. Crunchy FM.
All right, let's do some beastly cutting and maybe even back to sound effects. One. Where are we? I was liking my rewinds earlier. Let's do some real beastly cuts here. Come on, K. 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 Okay. That's good. Just throwing things around, and we're going to see what works. Let's listen to that.
Crunchy FM. We play more music than stations.
Okay, something's going to need to be done there.
Crunchy FM. We play more. Crunchy FM. We play more music than. Crunchy FM. We play more music than stations that play less.
Oh, yeah, that's time for this.
Stations that play less music. Stations that play less music.
Let's get rid of the white noise at the end of that.
Stations that play less music. Commercial free. Crunchy FM. You'll
Oh, that's nice.
that play less music. Commercial free. That play less music. Commercial free. Crunchy FM. You'll never know. That play less music. Commercial free. Crunchy FM. You'll never know what we'll play next.
That's a wrap. That's all done. Oh, I'm not going to save that, but I'm going to mix down everything. Mix down entire session. Once this is mixed down in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to save out the block file as produced super chats. You'll be able to download your jingles, whether you've got a free voiceover, a super chat voiceover, or a super chat produced jingle. They'll all be at mrc.fm/FJF for you to download momentarily. Certainly as soon as the live stream ends, they should be up there pretty quickly indeed. So do get over to mrc.fm/FJF. Thanks, Dominic, for posting the link there in the chat. Everyone head there, and if they're not there yet, they will be very soon. So do not panic. Hang in there. Thank you for support on the live stream, by the way. Every single super chat, every donation really helps to keep this going, helps us to bring this sort of free and frivolous thing on a Friday just ahead of your weekend to you, and hopefully show you a few audio production tricks at the same time. It's been fun and interesting riding this beast solo. I've really enjoyed it, but I very much look forward to my partner in crime, my better half, Isabella, to be back in the hot seat, in that hot seat there, that hot seat with a blue ember. Hope she's going to like it. I really do. And we'll be able to see more of her beautiful face because it's just a tiny, tiny little thing there. Anyway, I'm off. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 See ya. Bye. Bye.